morning, FSG. That is a very, very fetching outfit you've got on there. What inspired that one?
I don't know, it's trying to keep up with your fashion choices each week. I had to do something slightly out there.
Fair enough, fair enough. Too much time in those red combines the last couple of weeks, was it?
Maybe, yeah.
Tell you what though, there's some weeds in our field, and I reckon what you're wearing, you might have been smoking some of them.
Yes, we have got some weeds to clear this week.
Do.
It gives you a chance to have a spin in that rather nice spray we've got there.
Yeah, the Goldacres sprayers, so I think we're going to pull those out. We've got the tow behind and the self-propelled one, so I guess we can take one each and go and tackle a field. And then on the horizon over your shoulder, I can see a fair little lentils that looks ready to harvest.
Yep, that's our first, well, it's not really our first crop, is it? Because we've taken the canola out of here, but it's our first crop of lentils of the year for sure.
Well, that's the first time I've done lentils on any map for FS22 as well.
Yeah,
so
me too. Yeah.
new crop for us to try out. So we'll get down and get that done, but like we say, first things first, sort out the weeds. So I think got the spray trailer there. I think we need to go and fill that up with some herbicide and then bring it down and fill up the 2 sprayers.
Yeah, we think there's a bin just near field 18 we can top up from, so I suppose we'll better get started, don't we?
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to pull the sprayers out or?
Yeah, I'll pull the sprayers out if you want to go and fill a tank.
Yeah, sounds good. Actually, I think I'm just thinking out loud. I think that 7 that's on the spray trailer is actually the best one for the pull behind sprayer. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. You get the self-propelled one out, and you can have a play with that, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Yeah, you'll be back by then.
Hopefully, I don't get lost.
Don't get lost.
I'll just look out for the bright red costume.
Exactly.
All
should show up from space.
Should. Right. Let's get to it.
Cool, mate.
Well, we certainly can't say we can't see him around the yard. That is, that's a pretty statement outfit there from FSG. Yes, welcome along everyone. Welcome back to Aussie Farms for another episode of our multiplayer series with the Farm Sim guy. And we are going to get straight into these fields and get some of these weeds dealt to. We've got the 2 Goldacres sprayers. Again, looking forward to using those. I haven't used them yet, haven't had the chance to test them out in anger, so hoping they will work as they are advertised and as we expect them to. But we're just going to head down here. That tank over there on the edge of the field next to the tree, that is a herbicide, a whole goodbye point, so a little bit of a strange place to have it. I'm hoping we can get over here with the Flexin tender trailer and get some fertilizer put into it. Well, that's fertilizer, some herbicide. Saying, right, so I'm just hoping, pull up here in front. Looks like everything is there that we need, and I'm hoping we can press R, start to get that fill. But we're not getting anything. Right, let's do a little bit of experimentation. I know we've had all sorts of issues with some of the triggers with different things, and I think it's more a combination of what we're using than anything else. That's just our combination of mods, but we'll see if we can figure this one out. Well, that's going to be our problem, I hope. We actually need to buy some herbicide to put into the silos, so I'm just looking here. We might buy 5,000 litres of that. So now that we've gone and invested that money, fingers crossed we can get it into our sprayer, but we're not going to be able to refill from something that doesn't have anything in it, are we? So we'll press our refill button now, and there we go. We can get some herbicide running into the tank. So that solved that issue. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what to do, thinking it was just a buy point, but we do actually have to put the herbicide into it to start with. It's good to see the precision farming weeding. I do love that it is patchy. It's not just weeds and not blanket weeds across the whole field. It's nice to see that it is spread out and we do get it in patches. Probably a little bit denser than I might have liked to have seen, but it works. It is what it is. Right, let's get on back down there. Looks like FSG's got the sprayer out. I don't know whether he was just running a bit of a test on it or what he was doing, but he does have that parked up out there in the field. So we'll go down and see if we can get that filled up and go and grab the other one as well. Right, my guess is he was getting his GPS all set up before he actually started, so let's just see if we can stop here, let him sort himself out, where the fill point is, whether it's in front of or behind. Let's go along here and see if we can get an overload trigger. When we come up behind, here we go, we can start overloading our herbicide. Seems to be working out just right. So we'll give him 2,500 litres. Might not be quite full, but we'll just touch base with them and let them know what we're doing. So I had to buy 5,000 litres of herbicide. I didn't buy too much, so I've just put 2,500 litres in the sprayer there, so you should be good to go.
Alright, Let's see how it goes. I've just set up GPS. Do you want to give this one a spin?
No, you go for it. You're all right.
Sure.
Yeah, you can give me some feedback. Let me know what you think.
All right, will do.
Enjoy.
Thank you, mate.
So, next job, let's head on over this way. We're going to have to disconnect this tractor and reconnect it to the sprayer. We've got the other Goldacres to tow behind in there, and hopefully we are able to run the pump, even though we don't have a PTO on it, or anything like that. If we need to, we can go and get one of the other trailers, one of the other tractors out here and hooked up, but let's go and get this backed up, because this really is going to be the best sized tractor here to run down those rows of cotton without damaging any of our crop. Let's see if we can back that up in there. There's our hitch. Now let's go over this way and see if we can get some herbicide in. Doesn't look like it. Right, let's just go. Make sure we don't have to open a cover or anything like that. No. Right, we'll go and grab one of the other tractors and hook it up to the trailer and see if that works. There we are, we've got the 8R hooked up and we can start overloading our herbicide, which I'm hoping is going into the sprayer. Should be. That's it, all gone. So we'll just turn that off. We'll leave it in the middle of the yard for now. Love it with those Demcos on the side. It looks so good, especially with the dual row crops there on the back. I'm going to have a look. It does tell us there. Yeah, 2,300 litres of herbicide in the back of this one. Right. Let's jump up in here. Go for a drive and make sure we don't hit the trailer there. Go and see how it all works. We'll get things unfolded. Hopefully I'm not too close to those trees. We should have plenty of space here. I'm going to guess the boom width. I reckon even wider than I thought. Is there another whole boom to fold out there on the front? Or is that's about it? No, that's it. But I reckon I've done a pretty good job there of guessing where we needed to park this and which row we needed to be in. So let's get ourselves backed up here against the edge of the field. About right there. Can we lower that down? We can. Do we have any section control on the sides? Doesn't look like we can. Move those up and down anyway. No, doesn't look like it. So we've only got up and down on those. It may be, there is some hydraulic rams in there. It may just be that because of my keybinds and things, I don't have that option on my controller. So it's fortunately a very flat field and we shouldn't have to worry about anything. If we get into any bumps, we'll just raise things up. Let's get that turned on. Herbicide flowing out. Unfortunately no see and spray technology on this one, so we are just going to be blanket applying the herbicide across the field. Fingers crossed we have enough to get the whole way around. We should do. Worst case scenario, we are only right here next to the tank and we can buy some more. That delivered and filled up, but that all seems to be working out perfectly. That's a good job. Nice sprayer, nice mod. Actually these Goldacres mods are actually really well done, really well put together mods, and have been done with the support of Goldacres. In fact, they have the self-propelled sprayer. They were playing farming simulator in that at a farming expo in Australia with the Goldacres team, so very cool to see. Anyhow, that's enough of me jabbering on. Let's get into this field, get started here on the spraying and get it all done, and then we'll be moving on to getting some harvesting started as well. So sit back, we'll jump into a time lapse and we'll catch you soon. Oh, there we go. It's our field done. Gosh, we chewed through some herbicide doing that. And both of FSG and I had to refill. I've got about 500 litres left. We put another 2,500 in both the sprayers, so we've gone through about 10,000 litres of herbicide. Unfortunate, really. It would have been great to have some see and spray technology where we could only spray the weeds we needed to, but maybe they'll look at some upgrades on these sprayers and we'll be able to do that. You can see FSG just through the trees over there. We'll get down to the end of the field because I'm a little bit worried he might not make it the whole way. Our field's smaller and we have had about the same amount of herbicide, so get over there, we'll get down to the end and see if he needs us to do a pass or any part of the field to get things finished off. Argsy to FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
How are you getting on for herbicide?
I am down to my last 330, 320, 310 litres.
Alright. You're not going to get it all done then, are you?
I'll make the end of this row, but I think I've got one pass left if I had a tank full.
Okay. I've got about 500 litres, so you do as far as you can go and I'll follow along and see how much we can get finished off.
Cool, mate. I think I'm literally going to make the end of this row and that is about it.
Okay.
Maybe the first 2 metres of the next row.
Alright. Alright, he's got 2 rows left here to do. See him lining up over there. I'm just going to have to freestyle this and see how far we can get. He's knocked a little bit out there. Let's head along this side. He drives along in front of us. Let's see whether we can get it all done or not. I'm not too optimistic. If I had to bet on it, I would say we won't get it done, but we'll give it our best shot. I'm barely going to have enough to finish this pass. We're going to get it done just... Look at that, 4 litres left when I turned it off. Ah well, it is what it is. We'll get back down the other end and have a chat to FSG. If you've been keeping an eye, there we go, we're out. If you've been keeping an eye on our financial situation, we don't actually have any more money to buy any more herbicide anyhow. So we might have to see whether we take a load of canola down and sell it. Maybe these lentils go direct to market. Not sure exactly what we do, but let's get back on down here. Chat to FSG and figure out what our next steps are going to be.
Well, Args, we almost got to the end of the field.
Yeah, I wish I had shares in herbicide. The amount we just spent on it.
I know, right? All of our decent earnings from last week gone.
Just like that. And we didn't even get finished. There's still one more pass out there, so... Guess we have to figure out what we're going to do, whether we go and harvest those lentils and send them straight to market, get them sold and get ourselves a little bit more money back in.
I think we might have to, Args. It's not ideal, is it? But
No.
kind of means must. I don't know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Needs must.
That's it.
That's early for you, I know.
It's
I know.
early in the morning. Yeah.
Alright, well, should we park these up? We could always go and buy some more herbicide and the self-propelled and go and run the last
we
pass.
could at the end. Yeah, end of the day, see how we get on. Let's get the combines in the field and get those lentils done.
Yeah, sounds good. What do you think of the sprayers?
You know what? I actually really like them. Really nice models. Very nice. They've done a little error on the self-propelled, but I reckon a little bit of a play in the XML would sort that.
Yeah, no, nice and tidy and did the job. Just needs some see and spray technology to save on that herbicide.
That would have been very helpful, yes.
Would have been. Very good. Alright, well, let's get these parked up and go and pull the combines back out.
Let's do it.
Alright, well, there we go. That is the plan. We'll go and park things up. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Great little sprayers. Well, not even little. They're quite a decent sized sprayer. Better put that other 8R away as well. Don't want to leave that sitting in the middle of the yard. We might need that trailer yet, but let's get this backed in and out of the way. SG can come over and put a self-propelled one in the shed as well. And then we'll go and find ourselves a combine. Right, right there. It's going in at a great rate of knots. Ooh, good things the brakes work. Right, get this out of the way. And then we'll go and start getting some lentils harvested. So first things first, we'll bring the truck down here. Looks like FSG's already down here with his combine, so he can make a start in here with the harvest. Let's just be taking a look at things. Parked in a very convenient position, has he? There we go. At least it's here now, we can just leave that parked up there. I'm going to hop in his combine and make a start. And see, there he is. He's off and going, so we'll let him just get out of our way. And then we can go park this truck up a little bit further. Interesting to see if we're going to have that same issue, whether we can get the whole way down the field or not. Oh, he's backing up. Ooh. It's dangerous. Near miss. We'll note that down in the health and safety register. We'll leave that parked up there, and we'll go and see how things are going. Oh, he's running along the headland here. Fair enough too. Potential yield, 200,000 litres, so I reckon this might actually yield a bit higher than the other crops, in which case it could almost be beneficial for one of us to run grain cart and the other to run the combines. Just run one combine, but we'll see how we go. We will bring the other one down here and give it a go. Here we go, just pop over here and have a look at these lentils before we go through them. Nice, nice thick crop there. And a nice clear cut field once they've gone through. Right, let's go and grab the other combine. Argsy at FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
How much have you got on your hopper after doing that headland?
Ready for it?
Yep.
28%.
Crikey. It's going to make it interesting, eh? We're hardly going to get up and back.
We're not. I was just wondering if we... I think you could probably get up and back.
Yeah?
But, well, no you couldn't. I'm trying to do a bit of a calculation, width versus height of the field. Oh, touch and go, especially on the headlands.
Yeah.
Certainly I think I would put the truck on auto drive.
Okay. Other option I had was one of us harvests and the other runs a grain cart. Or we chop the field across ways instead of going long distance.
That could be an option, actually. Let's open it up and then see where we get to.
Okay.
Shall we?
All right. Sounds good. I'll run down this side and yeah, see how full I get.
Exactly. We've got the courses from last weekend still as well, so they should help.
Yeah, true.
The GPS courses.
GPS course. All right. Sounds good. Let's get to it. Well, as I suspected, quite a high yielding crop. Look at it go up in our hopper there. We'll even get caught out if we end up in a very good patch of ground. We might have to have a look at our yield monitor and see whether we're going to get some really good patches up the other end, what our soil types are. That will also determine exactly where we end up. So let's just head along here now. Before we go any further, I'm just going to turn our GPS on and get that course loaded. Which one we were in? I think field 18. Try that one out and see what happens. Actually, that's gonna... What are we? We're just overlapping, so that's alright. We'll just run along here. We'll be able to load up on that a little bit later. Look at that 10% already. So looking there, we're actually getting into some worse soil right up the top here, but our good loam ground through here, we will have some pretty good yields across the vast majority of the field. So yeah, certainly something to worry about, something to keep an eye on. But 28, 29%, we'll definitely get up one way. It's just whether we'll be able to turn around or not. I don't think we're going to get to the end with only 50% in the hopper, but let's see what happens. There's our 50%, and you just about could see the yield going up as we got into this higher yielding ground. And you look there on the mini-map how dark green it is. Getting into this worse ground on the end, it's going to drop off into the yellow a little bit, so we're going to lose a bit of yield, but certainly chance of getting up and back without having to unload is slim to none. So we're going to have to come up with a solution and figure out something very fast about what's going to be the best way to get this field done in an efficient and responsible manner. We don't have any money for a worker either, so we're just going to have to figure out what we do there. So we'll see how far we get without having to unload. FSG only took a skinny section along the edge here, so he's actually alright, but that was only to get us back on a GPS course that we'd already preloaded. But I'm just looking here at mine. We're not going to get very far down here at all. And then we'll be running the combine loaded back down to the truck to unload, so not ideal. I'm just wondering whether it might be best that one of us runs a grain cart, tries to keep things up and moving. Not sure. We'll get to the end of the pass here and we'll have a chat to FSG and figure out what's going to work best. It's about a third of the way back down, so yeah, definitely won't get down and back, and there's no way we could take enough headlands off to make it worthwhile. I reckon, executive decision, without even talking to FSG, I'm going to unload this, I'm going to go and grab a grain cart, and I think that is going to be our best bet. Means we can unload on the go, so while we'll only have one combine running in the field at a time, at least we'll be able to get that all up and sorted. Might leave the combine here, I might, maybe while I've got some downtime, we're going to run the grain cart, I could go and cut around the power poles, make things a little bit easier. But there's the man, we'll have a chat. Go ahead, mate.
Just wondering if we park the truck in the middle of the field and, like you said, go crossways.
I think it might be best if I'll go and grab a grain cart, I reckon. Just run one combine. Then unload you one way and you can keep moving and don't have to go to the truck to unload or anything.
Alright. Let's be happy with that.
See how that goes. And if I get a chance, I could cut through and go around the power lines and take a little bit off the headlands and that if I've got some downtimes.
Yeah, okay.
I'll leave this unloading and go and grab a tractor. Alright, there we go. That's what we're going to do. So, we'll leave that there. Never ever exit a operating combine. Especially one that's running an auger. But we're going to break the rules today and go and find a tractor. Get hooked up to one of the Finch grain carts and get back out there so we can keep FSG moving. Looking along the side of the combine here. Sure we're in the right spot. It's pretty good. Might have to be a little bit further forward. Unload into the front of the grain cart first. You actually have to get quite close, don't we? Squeeze ourselves over there a little bit closer to the header. Here we go. Actually, there's not much space between ourselves and that header, so we are going to have to take extra care as we run along here and unload, but no way we can really test it, but I think this is going to be the best option for us. Let's keep things up and moving, keep things going. So we'll carry on, we'll get this field done. It'll be interesting to see how much we end up with, and whether perhaps I might take some into the silos just so we're always moving, always keeping a truck handy. SG's not having to wait too long, and then we might take the last load or maybe run a couple of loads down to the sell point while someone else is getting the spraying done. And there we go, field done and dusted, and went pretty well. We've been all over the place though. Combine operator, grain cart driver, truck driver, and just generally getting around and doing what we need to do to keep things going. FSG's had a cushy ride sitting there in his combine for most of the time, but he's done a great job. Really chewed through this field and got it all done. We were saying we've got a lot of combining ahead of us. Of course, we've got the 2 other fields over by the town. We've got those 3 fields down at the bottom corner of the map. So still plenty more ground to cover. And we'll have to make a decision now what we're going to do with this field. It's too late to get any cotton in here, but maybe we'll have to look at getting something planted in here and get things set up. FSG there, he is all finished and waiting now. One more thing to do. We've obviously sold $120,000 worth of lentils. So it's been a good money maker for us. Means we can go and buy some herbicide, finish off doing that little part in that field and get that tidied up, which will be good. There we go. No doubt one of us will get everything sorted out and put it away, tidied up. Someone else can go and sell this load, and then we can go and get that herbicide sorted. Just going to have a chat to FSG, go and see what he's up to. Job done, mate.
Yeah, that took a bit longer than I was expecting.
I've got
Quite a heavy duty field.
Yeah, I've got to admit I feel the same way about it. But it's good to see a bit of money coming into the bank account, and there's still a truckload there to go.
Yeah, definitely a nice little earner, and I know we could have held on to it and got a slightly better price, but at the moment we need money, so
That's right.
it's not bad.
I had to refresh my memory. We've actually got 150 grand worth of loans sitting there too, so need to make sure we can service those.
That's right. Yep, exactly. So we were just saying, maybe jump in and finish off that spraying. Are you going to run the truck down, or do you want me to?
I don't mind running the truck down if you want to. Maybe you want to go and grab the sprayer and top it up and finish your last little bit in that field.
All right, we'll do that, and I'll see you back at the yard in a bit.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, these combines put away
Cool, mate.
and left dirty again.
Yeah, still haven't got that pressure washer, mate.
Nah. All right, see you in a minute.
Cheers, mate.
Get the tarp folded up there over the trailer. Start driving off, even though technically we're standing down there turning the crank, but it's not bad. Another 70,000 litres in here, so 80%, just about 80% of a trailer. Get about 40 grand for this, which will take us up to about 160. So that's not bad. I'm pretty happy. After the spot we were in, we've been getting 60 grand pretty much per trailer load, so in fact it might take us a little bit higher if we've been getting 60, and we're going to get 80% of that. Anyhow, let's carry on. Nice little drive actually down here through this part of the map. Down past the sheep farm, over this little bridge. Obviously not going to take anything big and wide over here. That was what that little ford down there through the stream is for. Taking your big equipment through. But anyhow, let's get on down to the sell point, go and get this one unloaded and see how much we end up making off that field. So we'll get things unloaded here in the sell point. Very fortunate that the trailer doesn't tip too high. We can get far enough forward that we're not going to clash with that overhead bin, if you might have spotted that during our little montage there. Let's get these all tipped out. It's an impressive trailer actually. I'm really enjoying using this one. Not one I've used previously, so it is nice to have this. I know there's a few people who've called out for some lusty tippers in a road train. To be honest, not sure if that's quite the correct configuration to be using in this part of Australia. Someone might correct me, but I think with all the roads and narrow areas and things like that, probably not the best. But there we go, and almost 50 grand, 47,680, 96. So yeah, good amount of money there. 164 grand, almost 165 grand off that field. Fantastic money maker for us. Back here just in time to watch FSG head off there in the distance with the sprayer, with some herbicide in it, and getting that last little bit of the field done. So that is good, that'll be all finished off. We'll go over and park this up over here, and then we'll go and grab our combine and the grain cart and bring them back over, get them parked up as well. Like we said, we can sort out the pressure washer.
All good, Args?
Yeah, what a productive couple of hours that's been.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
We had talked at the start about doing a contract maybe to get a bit more money in, but after selling those lentils, I don't think that's quite necessary.
No, I think we're good. That is a nice, healthy bank balance for a change.
It is. Forward to figuring out what we're going to spend it on. Maybe a pressure washer.
That would be a good start point, wouldn't it?
Would be. Very good. Right, well, I guess we'll be back again next week, and probably a whole lot more harvesting.
That's right, yeah. Looks like we're about to creep into a very heavy harvest season, so, yeah. Might need some extra hands.
We might be interesting actually working a little bit further away from the yard too, getting back into some of those other fields.
Yeah, of course. No, looking forward to it. Yeah, that'll be good.
Cool. Well, thank you for doing that last little bit of herbicide to get that done.
Yep, tick that box as well. So, yep, all
Perfect.
job's done for the day.
Excellent. All right. Well, you can go out and sun those legs somewhere and, order some KFC and get ready to, I don't know, whatever you're going to do in your red uniform.
I will do so. I'm sure I can keep myself amused somehow.
Good man. All right, mate. Pleasure as always. Have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next week.
Likewise, buddy. See you later.
All right. Catch you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I was going to say it looks like Santa Claus. Maybe a summery Santa Claus here in Australia was celebrating Christmas in the middle of summer. Always makes for a nice barbecue, jandals, and everything else that comes with it over the Christmas break. Anyhow, I'll talk about that. That's still a wee way away. But what we can talk about is the end of the episode. Great to get out and use those Goldacres. Fantastic, fantastic sprayers. And good to get their field of lentils done. Like we said, a couple more fields will be ready soon to start harvesting. We've got the chickpeas, I think it is, over in the other fields, and the wheat down the bottom. So lots and lots to do, lots and lots to keep us busy. But that is all from us for today, from the Farm Sim Guy and myself. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that episode, and we'll catch you in the next one.